What's going on, everyone? So, when the Lakers ended up waiving Blake Hinson, I was very disappointed. I was excited to bring in Christian Koloko, which, by the way, we still, at least at the time of recording this video, have no clue if he's ever even going to be able to play. We're still waiting for the NBA to actually sign off on him and allow him to return. But so far, got no news, no indication. But we ended up waiving Blake Hinson to bring him on, and I was disappointed in that. I believe that they should have let go of Colin Castleton. I like Castleton. I think there's a lot of potential for Castleton. I think he has an incredible skill set, but doesn't really play with aggression. I think he's almost better suited to play the 4 than he is the 5 at this point, because he plays with such a lack of physicality. But Lakers still are really high on him, still want to continue to grow and develop him. That's fine. I'm all for it. But the one guy I was like, the Lakers cannot get rid of. I do not care. Get rid of everyone else if you have to. Don't really want to get rid of Henson, but you cannot get rid of Armel Traore. Armel Traore, I believe, and I've said this before, I believe has the best upside and potential out of all the players we have that are young. I am incredibly high on Max Christie, and I still believe Armel Traore has the potential to be a far better player. You're talking about a guy that is 6'9" with like a 7'2", 7'3" wingspan, that is incredibly versatile, that can essentially defend 1 through 5. We watched him do it, even in this previous game. He's 21 years old, so he's young enough. I mean, he's 2 years younger than Dalton Connect, who we just drafted. This guy has the potential to be special. His brother, Nolan Traore, is probably going to be the second to top 5 pick at the worst in this upcoming draft. His brother is expected to be fantastic. The fact that we got Armel Traore and the way that he has looked thus far has been very impressive. Now, look, he's incredibly raw still. A lot of work, right? But it's there. Right? It's like you're a paint job away from having a brand new McLaren, right? Like, this guy he can do it all, right? He can defend at a high level, again, 1 through 5. He's got good length and good size, so he can rebound well. In 9 minutes, he gave you 4 points and 4 rebounds. He also gave you a block, and with his size and his length and his versatility, I mean, you can slot him pretty much anywhere. Slot him as a smaller center, at 6'9", put him at the power forward, slot him at the 3. He was a plus 20 in 9 minutes of action. Plus 20 in 9 minutes of action for the Lakers last night. Getting offensive rebounds. He had like 2 offensive rebounds in just like one sequence. Just getting after it, hustling, working hard. I mean, his energy, his effort, he has a big play. He's over there screaming and rah. I love that. I love his competitive nature. I love his drive. I love his motivation. I mean, he has potential to be a real stud. I don't want to put a ceiling on the kid because who knows, right? Like, you look at even like Giannis. When Giannis came in the league, now obviously Giannis was drafted, but still, like, mistakes have happened, right? And, you look at like Giannis, like, you're like, this guy isn't going to be anything, right? Like, I mean, who knew that he was going to become what he became? I'm not saying that Armel Traore is going to be Giannis, but my point is, like, you never know. You never really know. I mean, Jokic was drafted late in the second round during a Taco Bell commercial or whatever it was, right? Like, you never know what somebody's going to turn out to be. But I think a realistic target, I think, is an OG Anunoby. If you can get him, they have similar comps, right? Both are sizable forwards that can essentially defend 1 through 5 and play anywhere on the basketball court. Both are, 6'9" in height. OG, I think, is like 6'7". So Armel Traore is a little taller, but he has like a 7'2", 7'3" wingspan also. So they have a similar wingspan, similar height. They're both big physical bodies, right? They both can switch and rebound and do a little bit of everything. I genuinely believe Armel Traore can be, at worst, an OG Anunoby type. Maybe he won't be as good, but I think he'll be something. He could easily be our Vando Rui replacement at some point later on down the line. Like, something that I've talked about and I've seen numerous other people kind of mention and throw out, like, if we could take Jared Vanderbilt and Rui Hachimura and marry them together into one player, that player would be insanely gifted. Armel Traore has that potential, right? Like, he has the size and the defensive prowess that Jared Vanderbilt has. He's not as elite as Jared Vanderbilt yet, but who knows, right? We also haven't actually seen him in a real capacity yet. But he has the tools to be an elite level defensive guy, and he has the motor, the energy, the quickness, the toughness, all the things that you want to be that big, physical, versatile defender, right? And then he's shown the ability to stretch the floor, knock down the three ball. He's shown the ability to take guys off the dribble, right? This is a guy that has shown that he can put the ball on the deck. We've even seen him initiate the offense, literally take the ball from out of bounds, bring the ball up the court, initiate the offense. We've seen him grab rebounds and start pushing the pace the other way. He can handle the basketball, shoot the basketball a little bit. Again, he's not this just super refined, ready, like, here's our starting small forward for the Lakers. He's not that yet, right? I want to hype him up, but I also want to make and be transparent and be clear, right? He's not ready to, hand him the keys and get out the way. LeBron, time to trade LeBron, right? We don't need LeBron because we got Armel Traore, right? It's not, I don't want to get too carried away here. I just really like his comps. I really like his comparables. I really like his tools as a physical, sizable, versatile forward center, right? I think he is a guy that you could slot in at times at the center position. Lakers played him at the center position a lot, and he's done really well in that center position against similar sized guys, against bigger guys, because he does have that physicality. And this is a guy that really kind of got underlooked, right? Like, I think if he was, because he was part of the team with Victor Wembanyama, right? That the Mets, what was it? The Mets 92, and he was on that team with Victor Wembanyama, and Victor just got all of the love and attention and just praise and whatnot, which is fair, right? I mean, again, Victor was unbelievably gifted, but Armel Traore was a guy that, was looked at as like, hey, this could be a piece. This could be a guy that could make some noise at some point down the line. Armel Traore was a guy that, he was looked at as this versatile, like, hey, imagine what he could do by himself. How would he look, playing at an NBA level? And then there were even some murmurs about, like, oh, where will he get drafted? Is he going to get drafted? And ultimately fell out of the draft. And I think a lot of it is just, there wasn't a lot to know about him. And because of the team that he was on at the time, it wasn't, it was like, he wasn't this like huge standout. Like, all the focus and attention was on Victor Wembanyama. And I just think Armel Traore kind of skid under the radar a little bit. Like, I think Armel Traore should have been drafted. I'm not saying he should have been, a top pick. I'm not saying he should have been, the even necessarily in the first round, but he's a guy that should have been drafted. His comps, his intangibles, right? His size and length, as well as his versatility, and he's shown the ability to do a little bit of everything out there. Again, rebounds well, defends well, has shown that he can knock down the three ball, the mid range, right? Again, it's all a work in progress. It all definitely needs some work, but he showed all the comparables, all the things that you wanted to see. And it's just, I'm surprised no one actually took a flyer on him. But again, their miss is the Lakers' benefit, is the Lakers' reward, right? And I do think this is a guy that can, give him 2 years, right? Let him develop for 2, maybe 3 years tops. Now he's 24, 25 at the oldest, and then let him loose. And I think he's going to be, I really do believe that he's going to be a real piece for the Lakers. I think, in 2-3 years, we're going to be looking back and going like, man, Armel Traore this dude's tough, right? Like, so glad he's on the Lakers. This dude just does it all. Like, I can see again, I'm not saying he's going to be a super duper star, not saying he's going to be anything like crazy, but I think just as that like versatile two-way forward that can play multiple positions, defend multiple positions, do a little bit of everything out there on the basketball court. I think he's a guy that's really gonna turn heads and make some waves. But as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Are you excited and high on Armel Traore? Do you think like, he's all right, but we gotta see how he grows and develops. I understand people, being cool and waiting, but we'll see how it goes, see how it plays. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you like this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.